Some breaking news coming into the studio this afternoon. It seems that a 50-year-old woman who is said to look much younger was seen eating in a cafe today and not feeling guilty about it in any way. Our correspondent Janie Macaroni is on the scene. Yes, I'm here outside the cafe where Mrs. Miles was spotted. What we're being told is that she was eating a toasted sandwich and some crisps and drinking a mug of green tea, as if that was going to make a difference. A young teenage boy walked in, pointed at her and said, "Look at the state of that." Anne-Marie was not bothered because she thought he was referring to the man in the table next to her who was wearing Crocs. Eventually, the teenage boy had to be removed, and a member of staff came over to Mrs. Miles and asked her if she was okay and told her not to mind that young fella. Again, Mrs. Miles thought she was referring to the man next to her in the Crocs. She left the restaurant sometime later, quite unaware of what had happened. Amazing scenes there at a local cafe. Janie, can you tell us, have you been able to get a statement from Mrs. Miles? No, I'm afraid we were not able to get a comment, as one of the cafe members told us she was out the door and in her car like a whippet. Very unusual for a woman of her size. Intriguing. Well, if you have been affected by any of the issues raised in this news story, you really should be listening to the Words, Wobbles and Wisdom podcast. And now for the weather. It's freezing. It's lashing. Good evening.